Everyone thinks artificial intelligence was born in Silicon Valley, that it began with computers, with the internet, or maybe with ChatGPT. But thousands of years before electricity existed, humans were already dreaming about intelligent machines. Ancient Greek myths described mechanical servants made of gold. A Roman-era engineer built self-operating devices nearly 2,000 years ago. And during the Islamic Golden Age, one inventor created programmable machines centuries before modern computers. Which raises a strange question. Did humans invent artificial intelligence recently? Or have we been trying to create it for our entire history? Because the story of AI didn't begin in California. It began long before anyone knew what a computer was. When most people think of artificial intelligence, they imagine something futuristic, robots, supercomputers, science fiction. But the desire to create intelligence outside ourselves may be one of humanity's oldest ideas. Long before science, humans told stories, and some of those stories contain something surprisingly familiar. According to Greek mythology, the god Hephaestus created mechanical servants made entirely from gold. These beings could move and assist their creator. Another legend described Talos, a giant bronze guardian that protected the island of Crete. Talos wasn't human, but he could make decisions, he could patrol, and he could defend. To modern ears, it sounds strangely similar to a robot. Historian Adrienne Mayor, who studies ancient myths and technology, has argued that these stories reveal something fascinating. Humans have imagined artificial life for thousands of years. In other words, AI began as an idea, long before it became a technology. But myths are easy to dismiss. Stories aren't machines. The strange part is that eventually, people stopped imagining these creations and started trying to build them. Around the 1st century AD, an engineer named Hero of Alexandria lived in Roman Egypt, and what he created would seem impossible for his time. Hero designed automatic temple doors that opened by themselves. He built mechanical theaters, self-moving devices, and machines powered by steam and pressure. Some historians describe him as the world's first robotics engineer. Imagine seeing one of these inventions 2,000 years ago. You live in a world without electricity, without engines, without computers. And suddenly, a machine moves on its own. To ancient people, it must have looked like magic. But Hero wasn't trying to create intelligence. He was trying to automate tasks. And that distinction matters. Because for centuries afterward, inventors kept pushing the idea further. Then, during the Islamic Golden Age, one remarkable engineer took things to another level. But here's where the story becomes almost unbelievable. Because one of history's earliest programmable machines wasn't built in Europe. It was built over 800 years ago in the Middle East. In the year 1206, an inventor named Al-Jazari published a book describing extraordinary machines. He designed water clocks, mechanical servants, automatic hand-washing devices, and perhaps most impressively, programmable musical automata. These machines could perform different rhythms simply by rearranging pegs and mechanisms. In a strange way, they operated using instructions, which sounds surprisingly familiar. Today, many historians consider Al-Jazari one of the fathers of robotics. But despite all these incredible inventions, something was still missing. None of these machines could think. They followed instructions, but they couldn't reason. And then, centuries later, one mathematician asked a question that changed everything. Can machines think? At first, the idea sounded ridiculous. Many scientists believed it would never happen. But one man refused to let the question die. His name was Alan Turing, a British mathematician who helped break Nazi codes during World War II. In 1950, Turing published a paper with a revolutionary question. Can machines think? And not calculated, not automated, but just think. His ideas eventually laid the foundation for modern computer science. Years later, researchers gathered at the Dartmouth Conference in 1956. For the first time in history, the term artificial intelligence was officially born. And suddenly, humanity's ancient dream had become a scientific field. But progress wasn't easy. AI experienced decades of setbacks. Researchers promised too much. Computers weren't powerful enough. Funding disappeared. Many believed the dream had failed. Then something unexpected happened. Computers became faster. Data became abundant. And researchers like Geoffrey Hinton revived neural networks. Slowly, machines began learning. Then came voice assistants, image generators, and large language models. And suddenly, humanity found itself living inside a future that previous generations only imagined. Perhaps artificial intelligence isn't a modern invention at all. Maybe it is humanity's oldest dream. For thousands of years, humans imagined creating minds outside themselves. From Greek myths, to Roman engineers, to Al-Jazari's machines. to Alan Turing's theories, every generation inherited the same question. Can intelligence exist outside biology? And for the first time in history, that question no longer belongs to philosophers. That belongs to reality. But this creates an even deeper mystery. Because if machines can become intelligent, what exactly is intelligence? And more importantly, why are we conscious at all? Because despite centuries of science, nobody truly understands the mind sitting inside your own head.